Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Andy. Thank you for being here. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedlys. Today I'm going to do a spread on the Oscars and what did Meghan and Harry feel about it. Well, here it is, Ace of Cups. They thought it was an emotional beginning. They loved it. They were watching it. They were commenting about it. So they probably liked seeing the Will Smith hitting the comedian on stage. So yeah, they're loving it. They're absolutely loving the drama. So a new emotional beginning. There we go. And we have here Four of Swords in reverse. So really anxious, anxiety, ready to act. They don't want people to know they weren't invited. They're out, they're hiding out. They're in their little nests, hiding out, and they don't want people to know it. They don't want to draw attention to the weaknesses. They're very unstable within their home because it's four in reverse, stability, you know, foundation in reverse. So their foundation's very weak. They know their foundation in their own home is weak. Their own little nest is very weak. So they're at home in their little nest, and a very unstable nest. And so they kind of loved it because someone else is getting some negative drama. So they actually liked it. Let's get the focal point. Focal point was the Page of Pentacles. So they thought it was just with the Page of Pentacles that they thought it was a positive message coming out. I don't know. Hey, I don't know, man. It's just what the cards are saying. So they're thinking, you know, with the Page of Pentacles, this is just some message that it was a comedy, you know, for starters. And he was just sharing his energy. Maybe they took it in a positive way, I guess. You know, a little jab. It wasn't supposed to be meant super negative, because he did say before he said it, he said, "I love you, Jada." So he knew what he was about to say before he said it. So I guess I would say he didn't expect it to be taken so badly. After all, you know, she doesn't have hair. And he did mention that she could do that role that Demi Moore did. And so maybe it's insensitive, but he said, "I loved you before," but they know when they're there. Jabs are going to happen because they always pan onto the person he's going to jab. So it's all pre-planned, you know, because they know exactly where to put the camera on the person. So a lot of it's not up for, you know, and Markle's aware of this. So this was pre-planned, I would say, and she was expecting it. They knew it was probably likely, being where they were sitting. So yeah, being the fact that he was going to win an award. Here we go at the bottom of the deck, which is, excuse me, the next position here. The hidden energy is the Eight of Pentacles. So we have here with the Eight of Pentacles is, you know, they feel basically it's, you know, fruits of labor, you know, it's the fruits of labor. You worked hard, you're getting attention, you know, you're making big money. This is the fruits of labor, you know, you put yourself, see, this is where they are very contradictory here. You put yourself out there from your fruits of labor, you got to expect it. This is something you have to overcome because it's an 8. You got to overcome it with positive movements. Something negative comes your way. Now you got to turn around and replace it with something positive. So basically, Will Smith needs to come out with something positive to hide the fact that he allowed his negative emotions to override his logic, and he jumped up on stage. So he should have expected it. It's your fruits of labor. You put yourself out in the limelight. This is what happens. And you're successful. So they're going to dig you a little bit, take you down a notch. That's kind of what they do, you know, and you're supposed to act all cool about it and be humorous. It's just sort of a, you know, that's what they do. Every single award show, they dig on people. It's just, there's always a comedian up there doing that. So he should have expected it. He really should have expected it, is how I feel about this. Next position is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. He was protecting, you know, they realized he was protecting his queen, the woman he loves. So that's what they saw that as. And the relationship is struggling, so it's in the past position, which isn't working for him in the future. And then we have the Emperor. He wanted to be in control of the situation. He jumped up and he went into protection mode. I'm going to protect her. She's my queen, and she is my Queen of Pentacles. Wow. And she makes good money. She has her own round table show. So that's what they think about it. Okay. Let's go into the 7th position, which is the feelings in the situation. They felt it was the Hermit. The Hermit is, you know, he does have some awareness of the situation, that he was going to be dug. You know, there were going to be some slights sent his way. I would say he was aware of it. There was some self-awareness on that. So he needs to now go inward and think about how he responded. His response was not the healthy response. Was it justice? I don't know. I'm not going to say otherwise, but it was a poor behavior. Poor behavior. I will say it was poor. He should have just sucked it up, basically, because he put himself on the stage. He put himself in Hollywood. This is what happens when you're successful. You know, they should have just taken it with a little more with a grain of salt, I would say. And so that's what they think too, is the Hermit. You know, go inward, think about what you did. This is sort of a dark night of the soul as well. And, you know, light your path. Just pick a better path. You know, he needs to do that. He needs to go in. He needs to figure out how he's going to handle himself with this situation. So that's basically what they think of it. The feelings in the situation. What do they think about the Oscars? For the 8th position is the outside influences. We got 9 of Pentacles. There was no emotional fulfillment. They know they're not getting close to any fulfillment whatsoever with the Pentacles. There's no fulfillment or loyalty within themselves. So I think that they see that there's a lack of loyalty also on the stage. There is that lack of trustworthiness going on, and with it being a 9, no fulfillment. So they really weren't feeling fulfilled watching it, because they're not making money either. The Pentacles in reverse, the status is in reverse, the physical world, everything is in reverse. So there's this sort of, I would say, based on that, there's sort of some jealousy there, I would say, because they don't have it, where these two do. I mean, come on, she's making her own money, unlike Markle. Markle doesn't have a show. So I would say there's probably some jealousy. Let's get the 9th position, the hopes and fears. We have here the Ace of Wands. So they were hoping that this would bring on a thumbs up, new ideas for them. Maybe they're coming up with some ideas by watching other people, fashion choices, who knows, but they're trying to get some ideas by watching. Coming up with some kind of idea that will give them a thumbs up by the public. So they like watching other people win awards, I guess. So there we go. And the final outcome. We have here the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is idealistic. So they thought that was, you know, he was just trying to be kind to his wife in terms of being defensive about her. And, you know, he is liked by other people. You know, Will Smith is considered very, very likable and creative. He's sensitive. That's his love. You know, it was his Queen of Cups. And so, yeah, so they just see it as young. It's immature, though. Immature arrested development, though. Very immature behavior. So that would be it. And putting out the message, hey, you know, you overstepped yourself. So that is how they feel about it. Let's get some more just for fun. We have here the 3 of Cups. So, yeah, friendship, celebration, creation. You know, so it's part of the job, You're with people, you create together. Guess what happens? You jab each other, you poke fun. And then we have here the 6 of Swords. Yeah, so with the 6 of Swords, this is, you know, feeling stuck in the situation. It's someone who works against you, saying goodbye. So they feel like Hollywood's kind of worked against them. They feel like they have to say goodbye. They are feeling stuck. They're hoping to create with them. They would like to open up and be with them. They want to be part of the crowd. They want to be part of it. They really want to be part of it. So let's calculate these 3. I feel like calculating these 3 here. So that is 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 comes to 3 of Hearts, Roses, party card. Yep, we know that there's parties afterwards. And they wish they could go to those after parties. Yeah, they wanted to go to those after parties. Since they could not be at the actual award ceremony, they wish they could be at those parties, because then they can rub elbows and be part of the Hollywood elite. So that is the spread on that. Let's get some more energy on how they felt about the Oscars, with Will Smith punching out. Chris Rock, how do they feel? Punching out Chris Rock. wanting to be part. Oh, they got the letter, got the message. So this is getting the message. Getting the message, my wife's off limits here. The letter represents communication, expression. So yeah, he expressed himself all right with the fist. That was the punchline. That's what people are saying. The punchline was the fist. So now let's get some cards on, I was requested, will the Commonwealth, Canada ever leave the Commonwealth? Will Canada ever leave the Commonwealth? Will Canada ever leave the Commonwealth? Will Canada ever feel the desire? It's a lot harder to do than said. So I will first ask my pendulum, will they ever, in the history of Canada, in the history, it may be past your lifetime, okay? So in the history of Canada, will they ever leave the Commonwealth? Will Canada ever leave the Commonwealth? Will they ever leave the Commonwealth? Will Canada ever leave the Commonwealth? Will they ever depart and leave the Commonwealth? I get maybe. Maybe. How about currently? Will they currently leave? Will they currently leave like the others, like Barbados and Jamaica? Will they leave like Barbados and Jamaica? Still getting maybe. Wow, that's weird. Okay, so I get maybe. Let's get some cards on it. We have here the Hierophant. So it might be they're not going to be too pleased once the Queen is gone. Once she goes to the other side, that's like going up to the stairway to heaven. The stairway to heaven is going to be a consideration. Then we have here the Seven of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse is, it's the burden, pain, and suffering. And they want to, if there's any kind of issues, they can remove it. Not having to, defend yourself whatsoever. So not defending themselves. When she leaves, goes the other side, it's going to be a problem. Temperance in reverse. Not being able to contain and maintain your cool, calm, and collectedness, and taking a bad situations that you don't like and making it better. So really not being defensive and not trying to fix anything is what it's looking like, whatever's irritating them. And then we have here Judgment in reverse. So with Judgment in reverse is having poor judgment, and it's not necessarily the correct thing to do. So probably not likely, I would say, because, they don't want to make that major decision. Upright, it is making a major decision, cause and effect. You're going to reap what you sow. They don't want the consequences of it, but there's looking like some dissatisfaction right here. And especially when Queen Elizabeth passes, they're going to have some issues that they need to address, but they fear the consequences, and it would be a really bad decision. It would be a decision they don't want to deal with, and it would be sort of clouded insight. So I'm thinking that although with the issues and with her leaving when she does, it's just going to rise up some problems, but I see them saying no for now, big time no. And so I don't see it probably happening in many people's lifetime here. And that's just how it is. It's too complicated and probably not likely for a very long time is how I see it. So that is that. Thank you for the request. Let's get some more cards on how Harry and Meghan are doing at home. How are they doing at home? Well, they feel like they are under attack right here, and they've got to take off the blindfolds and decide what they're going to do. Also, their heart chakra is closed off. She's got her arm across her heart chakra, and so they are not expressing their emotions right now with each other. They're very blocked off with each other because they have major decisions to make, and they want to be wise about it with the crow there. So they're not sharing very much emotionally with each other because they're not getting along. They're really not a good pair together. So I got this. Oh, and that. Here we go. So yes, they are nesting at home. Nesting at home. Don't want to draw attention to the weaknesses of not being invited to the Oscars. We have here the wheel. They want to try and make things spin in their favor. Then we have here the Page of Wands, trying to drum up some energetic messages. They want to put out some inspired messages. Ooh, it's going to be on women's empowerment, making women out to be weak and victims. That's her message. And then we have here, she's going to try and manifest it. So yeah, she is plotting. When she does this, she is plotting. She is definitely plotting. And then we have here 5 of Cups in reverse. She is not able to find the silver lining in any situation. It's never good enough for her. She is at peace. She's not having conflicts, but she's unable to find the silver lining in any conflicts. It's her way or the highway. Very common thing with narcissists, you know, it's my way and it's only my way. They can never compromise on anything. So that's why we have here this with her blindfolds, and she cannot compromise. Taking off that blindfold would mean she might have to compromise something of her own words, her own, what is her truth. And she does not compromise with anybody. It's always my way. I'm going to make things go in my way. It is my way. I will put the messages out. I'm in charge of the messages on the two of us, and I make it all happen. And there are no silver linings, Harry. We're at peace right now. We're going to pretend we're at peace. There is no silver lining here. So trying to shut down any conflicts because she's unwilling to look at it, because if you confront her on the conflicts, she goes down into that hole emotionally, and she can't pull herself out of it. And she ends up in this position for too long of a period. So she needs to pull herself out of the hole, and she has pulled herself out of the hole right now, but she easily goes back into it if she has to be faced with truths that she doesn't want to look at. They don't like to be addressed. Don't address me with things that will make me unhappy. Don't draw attention to my weaknesses. Don't draw attention to my weaknesses, because then I'll end up in a hole that I can't get myself out of. And so that goes with the fantasy thinking. This is fantasy thinking, what I think I can make happen no matter what. She does think she's the ultimate manifester. So let's find out. Is Megan the ultimate manifester? Well, she's gotten where she is now, you know. And you know what? Despite all the hatred she gets, despite everything she gets from across journalists, blogs, websites galore, channels galore, she would not change a thing. I guarantee you she would not change a thing, because she became a global name. Be it negative fuel or positive fuel, she would not change a thing. So that's how I feel about that. So let's find out. Is she the master at manifesting? Will she be able to manifest getting the silver lining and finding that silver lining? Will she be able to manifest a better silver lining? We have Temperance in reverse. No, her devil energy is going to come out. She's going to get super nasty. So no. And then we have Seven of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse. Sevens is all about waiting. She's not going to wait. She's not going to wait to get irritated and let her devil side come out. She's not waiting for it. It comes out really quick. When she's not willing to find the silver lining, she doesn't get her way. She doesn't wait with movements. She does it right away. Even if she's uncertain. She's not willing to wait for anything, and she's very, very impatient. It had to have happened yesterday. So this impatience is going to affect her manifesting. When you're this impatient with your fantasy thinking, sometimes it is probably a little bit too crazy and not real. Some of it could be her mental too. So Pentacles in reverse. So what we have here, she's just not going to. I don't see her being able to, Wands in reverse. She's not going to be able to, because she's losing attention. She's losing ambition. She's losing publicity. She's losing her own excitement. She's losing her ability to take risks because her risks are not paying off. And so she's kind of suffering. So let's calculate those two. And both of those were in reverse. So let's see. Temperance 14. Comes to 21. 21 calculates to 6 of Hearts, karmic relationship, and she likes to appear as though she's innocent and sentimental. Oh, I'm so innocent. I'm innocent, sentimental, and I'm going to talk about women's empowerment and how abused we are. So, you know, it's funny how some people are really talking about her narrative, and then it makes her stinking thinking. She's got the 9 of Swords, and she just holds herself up in bed, trying to manifest. When she's stinking thinking, she does that whole manifesting. And she's trying to get her 9 of Pentacles. She wants complete, total fulfillment while she's doing her stinking thinking and trying to manifest. I got to get the 9 of Pentacles. I've got to get it. I have to get contentment. I need my confidence back. She is in that little nest, that 4 of Swords nest, losing confidence real quick. And so this tries to give her back some of her confidence by attempting to manifest, and it doesn't go her way. And that's because the universe is working against her, because she's developing, what she's doing is she's getting a lot of karmic debt, a ton of karmic debt. And that's why that wheel's not spinning in her favor. When you have dark deeds, dark intentions, gaslighting, lying, doing whatever, it's not going to work for you. That wheel will always go against you. That fated luck will never go on your side. That's why her manifesting is falling flat, because she's doing dark stuff. She's not living up to what she says she is. She's quite the opposite. Her public face and her private face are completely different. She's not being her true, authentic self. So the earth, the energy, the universe is not rewarding her. So that's why it's falling flat. So I just had to mention that. It will always fall flat if you're presenting a positive face, yet and behind closed doors, you are a nasty piece of work. And you're faking who you are. It will always, every time, fall apart. It will not work in your favor. So she's a dark individual who cannot manifest. She thinks she can, but she cannot. Probably the only thing she could try is dark magic. And then even that will make her karma go way down, and she's going to pay dearly for it. So that comes to 18. 18 comes to 5 of diamonds. It's a climbing situation. It's making her feel despair and undervalued. Nobody wants me. Nobody wants me. And that's how I see it. Yep. I hope you enjoyed this. Till next time, like and subscribe. Bye, you guys.